So you have a client that suspects, a third party vendor they've had for many years was not in compliance again. How would you approach such a situation? So it's a vendor that's historically been in compliance, but you noticed you requested for their SOC 2 Type 2 report and they were not providing such a report. How do you recommend such a case be handled? This is a long term vendor. They've been with you for 5 years, but suddenly you notice their SOC 2 Type 2 report is not provided. What do you do?
Thank you again, Mr. Akin, for asking me that question. So in this situation, I have to come in to help the partner that has been existing with the organization and not to destroy it. Uh, Usually, it happens when a company is so comfortable working with another for a long time, they seems to overlook certain things. Trying to address this situation, I will have to gather information. I will review their data, and I will also request documentation.
Okay, so they come back and tell you they don't have documentation this year. What option do we have? Do we just outrightly just ask your leadership to pull the plug and kick them out of your company? What are the options for us?
Sometime I will schedule like a meeting with them and an approach better to collaborate rather than confronting them. Or what I can do is that I'll try, if they permit, we can do another risk assessment and try to develop a plan.
Okay,
Uh,
but you're representing the interest of your um, of your own organization. So you're not really meant to focus on their own problem, right?
yeah.
So because you have other vendors that can potentially, you know, reduce your risk. So for us, as an example, we we just find it very it's important to make sure you protect the interests of our own company, right? So we don't really we like the vendors as strategic partners, but it's not a responsibility to babysit them, right?
Uh, when I see a situation like this where my company, I have to protect their interests,
Yeah.
usually what I have to do is that I need to first of all review the third party, the vendor contract which they signed with my company to see if the exiting clause was included. Wherein after reviewing the exiting clause and if the vendor could not remediate or follow my remediation plan, will have to discuss possible exiting process
Okay.
with my
Okay. Got
company.
it. Got it. Got it. The impact. Okay. And do you have any questions for us?
Yes, thank you again for giving me this opportunity for us to talk about your SOC 2 project and your ISO 27001. I know these seasons of the year, they're usually difficult to come by. The only question I have for now is has to deal with the culture. What is your culture when it comes to when it comes to security in general with your
Okay.
stakeholders?
So for us, inherently, everyone is a security officer in our organization. So from the orientation, from the receptionist to the C-level executive, it's culturally ingrained in us. All of us are security officers. So when you see it, you question it and you always call it out. So culturally, we are very security minded. It's a different story in terms of the execution of that culture. But overall, I think we're doing good as a company.
Okay, being a GRC analyst that you need at this point, the question I ask is, what are some of the difficulties you have been facing when it comes to SOC 2 recertification?
So I think, like most organization, in terms of recertification, is always to make sure every issue we've had in the past has been remediated in a timely manner. So we don't want to have issues that are just dragging and pending. So if we have aging issue, we expect it to be fixed and remediated immediately. Now, if it's not remediated, we should have compensating controls to make sure that the risk is minimal to our organization at least. So,
All right, I think that's all the questions that I have for now.